Did you know that nearly 70% of seniors over the age of 65 fall for scams every year? And the worst part is, many of these scams go unnoticed until it's too late. Today, we're going to uncover some of the most common scams that target older adults like you and how you can protect yourself from falling victim. Stick around because you won't want to miss the last scam. It's one of the most dangerous ones out there. As shocking as this may sound, it's a reality that seniors are increasingly becoming the target of scams. Every year, millions of older adults are tricked into giving away their personal information, savings, or both, leading to life-altering consequences. If you or someone you know has been approached by someone claiming to offer a too-good-to-be-true deal, or if you've received an unsolicited phone call, email, or message from an unfamiliar source, you may already be familiar with this dangerous trend. Scammers are getting smarter, and they know how to exploit the trusting nature of older adults. This makes it even more critical for you to be aware of these scams and the steps you can take to protect yourself. In the next few minutes, we'll dive deep into some of the most common scams targeting seniors and provide actionable advice on how you can safeguard yourself from these fraudsters. We'll discuss psychological manipulation, common warning signs, and simple steps you can take to stay safe. Stay tuned because the last scam might just be one of the most dangerous ones you could face. Seniors are often targeted by scammers because they are perceived as more trusting and less likely to question unfamiliar people or offers. This tendency to trust strangers can be rooted in years of building relationships, being polite, or even just living in a world where things were simpler. However, these scammers don't play fair. They know how to manipulate emotions and exploit your fears, hopes, and desires. The problem with these scams isn't just about losing money, although that's often the most direct consequence. It's about the emotional and psychological toll these scams can take. Imagine being a senior who's just lost your life savings to a scam. The regret, the self-blame, and the emotional stress that follow can be overwhelming. It's devastating not only financially but also mentally, leading to feelings of helplessness, shame, and a sense of betrayal. More than just money, the emotional aftermath of falling victim to these scams can be long-lasting. Scammers understand this very well, and they prey on these vulnerabilities. That's why we need to raise awareness about these scams before it's too late. It's crucial to educate seniors and their families on how to spot scams, how to recognize red flags, and how to take proactive measures that can keep them safe. In this video, we will discuss scams that range from those that promise financial gain to those that prey on your health and safety. Whether you're on the phone, online, or even at the door, scammers will stop at nothing to take advantage of your trust. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the tools and knowledge you need to avoid becoming their next victim. Now let's break down the most common scams targeting seniors today. 1. The grandparent scam. The grandparent scam is one of the most well-known frauds that target seniors. It involves a scammer who calls you, pretending to be your grandchild. The scammer typically claims to be in trouble, such as being arrested or stranded in another country. They often ask for money urgently, sometimes telling you that they can't contact anyone else and need your help. The emotional manipulation involved here is intense. Seniors who are grandparents have a natural instinct to protect their grandchildren. When they hear someone in distress, especially a voice that sounds familiar or a request for help, the protective instinct kicks in. Scammers exploit this emotional vulnerability, hoping to bypass any skepticism by triggering an immediate emotional response. Carol, a 72-year-old grandmother, received a phone call late one evening. The caller, sounding panicked, claimed to be her grandson, Tommy. He told her that he had been arrested while traveling abroad and needed $3,000 for bail. He begged her not to tell anyone, fearing his parents would be upset. Without thinking, Carol rushed to the nearest Western Union and sent the money, believing she was helping her beloved grandson. The next day, Carol's daughter called her, wondering why Carol had sent such a large sum of money. It turned out that it was Tommy on the phone, but a scammer who was using her love and concern for her family to steal from her. To avoid falling for the grandparent scam, always verify any emergency request for money by contacting the family member directly. Even if the call seems urgent, take a moment to think through the situation. If someone claims to be your grandchild or another loved one in distress, don't send money without confirming the facts with other trusted family members. Trust your instincts, but verify before taking any action. 2. The sweepstakes scam. The sweepstakes scam is another prevalent fraud aimed at seniors. In this scam, you receive a letter, phone call, or email claiming you've won a prize, anything from a luxury car to a large sum of money. The catch: you need to pay a processing fee or provide personal information to claim your prize. But once the money is sent, the scammer disappears and no prize materializes. This scam is particularly effective because it plays into the excitement of winning something. For many seniors, the idea of winning a prize represents hope or a last chance at something big. It creates a sense of anticipation and joy, emotions that scammers leverage to get you to act without thinking. Frank, 68, received a letter from a so-called sweepstakes company telling him he had won a brand new luxury car. All he had to do was send $500 to cover taxes and fees. He felt a rush of excitement and immediately sent the money. Weeks later, when the car never arrived, Frank contacted the company, only to find that their phone number had been disconnected. To protect yourself from sweepstakes scams, remember this simple rule: if you didn't enter a sweepstakes, you can't win it. Legitimate sweepstakes don't require an upfront fee to claim a prize. If you receive a letter, phone call, or email claiming you've won something but you didn't enter any contest, it's likely a scam. Don't respond, and always be cautious about giving out personal information. 3. The investment scam. Investment scams are common among seniors who are looking to grow their savings, especially those who have recently retired. These scams promise high returns with little risk. Scammers will often present themselves as financial advisors, claiming to have access to exclusive deals or opportunities that will make you rich quickly. They may even show you proof of others who have invested and made large sums of money. But once you hand over your money, the scammer vanishes. The desire to make more money, especially in retirement, is a powerful motivator. After spending a lifetime working and saving, many seniors want to secure their financial future and enjoy their retirement years without financial stress. Scammers know this and prey on these desires, offering guaranteed returns that sound too good to be true. Seniors can feel a sense of urgency to act before they miss out on what appears to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Nancy, 75, was approached by an investment advisor who claimed to have access to a secret real estate deal that would provide an unbeatable return on investment. Nancy was promised that her $20,000 would double in just a few months. She sent the money, only to discover that the investment advisor's phone number had been disconnected and the deal was a scam. If an investment opportunity seems too good to be true, it probably is. Always research the company or investment opportunity thoroughly before committing. Speak with a trusted financial advisor and ask questions about the investment's legitimacy. Legitimate investments don't promise huge returns with little risk. Always be cautious and avoid sending money to anyone you don't know or trust. 4. Phishing emails and text messages. Phishing scams are one of the most common and dangerous threats that target seniors, especially those who may not be familiar with the latest scams circulating online. Phishing refers to fraudulent attempts to obtain sensitive information like login credentials, social security numbers, credit card details, or bank account numbers by pretending to be from legitimate organizations, such as your bank, utility companies, or government agencies. These scams often arrive in the form of emails, text messages, or even phone calls that may appear to come from trusted sources. The scammer's goal is to trick you into clicking a link or opening an attachment that will then ask for personal details. Phishing emails and text messages typically use urgent language to create a sense of fear or panic, hoping that you'll act quickly without taking the time to think through the situation. These messages might say something like, "Your account has been compromised," or "immediate action required." Scammers know that urgency is a powerful psychological tool. They prey on your fear of losing access to your bank accounts, credit, or even personal identity, pushing you to respond before you realize you're being deceived. The email or message might also include familiar company logos, professional-looking formatting, and language designed to make the message appear legitimate. All of these tactics work together to lower your guard and make you believe that the message is indeed from a trusted source. The key psychological tactic used in phishing scams is the exploitation of your fear of losing control. When you receive a message that claims something is wrong with your account, it triggers an emotional response. You might panic, thinking that your money, personal information, or even identity is at risk. Scammers know that when you're in a state of fear or urgency, you're more likely to act impulsively, without taking the time to assess the situation carefully. This is exactly what they want. They hope you'll click the link, enter your sensitive information, and fall right into their trap. Scammers go to great lengths to make these messages look legitimate. They use real company names, official-looking logos, and even mimic the language that real customer service representatives might use. For example, they might claim they need you to verify your information to prevent your account from being locked or to avoid further complications. The more official they look, the more likely you are to believe they're legitimate. This false sense of security is what makes phishing such an effective scam, especially for seniors who may not be as familiar with the latest tricks used by fraudsters. Let's take the example of Joe, a 70-year-old retiree who experienced this scam firsthand. One afternoon, Joe received an email that appeared to be from his bank. The subject line read, "Urgent, your account has been locked." The email warned Joe that there had been suspicious activity on his account and that he needed to click a link to verify his identity in order to prevent further complications. Without thinking twice, Joe clicked the link in the email and was directed to a page that looked almost identical to his bank's real login page. He entered his username and password, believing he was securing his account. What Joe didn't realize was that this email was a phishing attempt. The link he clicked led to a fake website designed to look exactly like his bank's real site. The scammers collected Joe's login details, and within hours, his bank account was emptied. Joe was devastated when he realized that he had been tricked by a scam. He had unknowingly provided his login credentials to criminals, who then took advantage of his personal information to steal his hard-earned savings. Now that we know how phishing scams work and the psychology behind them, let's discuss how you can protect yourself. The most important thing to remember is never click on links or open attachments in unsolicited emails or text messages. If you receive an email or message claiming to be from your bank, a utility company, or any other organization, take a moment to pause and think before you click anything. If the message seems suspicious or too urgent to be true, don't click on any links or provide any personal information. Instead, go directly to the website of the company that allegedly sent the message by typing the URL into your browser yourself. Don't click any links in the message. You can also call the company directly using a phone number from their official website to verify whether the email or text message was legitimate. Always use official contact methods and avoid using the contact information provided in the suspicious message itself, as it could be fake. Another helpful tip is to check for common signs of phishing. These might include spelling errors, poor grammar, suspicious URLs, or unfamiliar email addresses. Legitimate companies will rarely make these kinds of mistakes, but scammers often overlook them in their rush to deceive you. If something seems off, trust your instincts and double-check before taking any action. Stay with me until the end, as I'll share the most common scam that affects the largest number of seniors, and it might surprise you. But before we move on, I want to know, have you or a loved one experienced any of these scams? Share your story in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. By encouraging viewers to share their experiences, we create a sense of community where viewers can learn from each other's mistakes and help prevent others from falling victim to the same scams. Engaging in this type of conversation not only fosters a sense of connection, but also helps keep the information in the video relevant and practical for viewers who may be at risk. The more we share our stories, the more we can protect each other and stay vigilant in the face of these ever-evolving threats. Phishing scams are just one of the many threats that seniors face in the digital age. By staying informed, trusting your instincts, and knowing what to look for, you can avoid falling victim to these dangerous scams. So remember, don't let fear push you into action. Always take a moment to pause, verify, and protect your personal information. To wrap things up, let's review the key takeaways. Always verify any emergency money requests, steer clear of unsolicited sweepstakes, thoroughly research investments before committing, be cautious of phishing attempts, and consult your healthcare provider before trying new remedies. Simple actions like these can make all the difference in protecting yourself and your loved ones from falling victim to scams. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay updated with more tips on how to protect yourself from fraud and live a safer, healthier life. Remember, you don't have to face these challenges alone. Together, we can stay vigilant and safeguard ourselves from scammers. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there. And don't miss our next video on how to spot fake healthcare providers and avoid expensive mistakes. Just click here. If you're still with us, comment investing if you've ever been offered an investment scam. And let's discuss how to protect ourselves. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Together, we can build a supportive community where seniors help each other stay scam-free.